So California had put in a law that police records can be looked at by the public, which is a great law, and that law needs to be in all 50 states. Police officers are public servants supported by the taxpayer. So why can't the taxpayer see the reports that they're writing up, right? Well, in Inglewood, California, they are trying to get rid of many of the reports where the police are using force. Now, why are you doing that, City of Inglewood? Now, they had clear plans to destroy more than 100 records of police use of force as determined at a council meeting earlier this month. Now, they say it comes week before the new state law goes into effect to give the public access to such records. Now, according to an article back on the 22nd, the purge has bothered civil liberties advocates who backed the Senate Bill 142. Come January 1, internal probes into police shootings and other significant uses of force, verified cases of sexual assault, and lying while on duty will be available for public view. So, not only use of force, but when cops are touching women, raping women, touching men, raping men, children, lying, it's going to be put out there. Now, this mayor, James Butts, a black man, that's sad. You got a black man, the mayor, and you going to go along with this? I mean, like I said, our worst enemy sometimes is these shucking and jiving, boot-licking sellouts. Because why would you even okay to cover that up? You don't cover up anything because they don't let us cover anything up. So they stated that when they passed this particular law, they demanded an end to the secrecy cloaking police misconduct and use of force. They're saying Inglewood PD decision to purge records undermines police accountability and transparency against the will of Californians. Now, they state that a state law that police departments must retain files of officer shootings and internal misconduct investigation for 5 years. For officer-involved shootings, the department requires records to be obtained for 25 years after the close of the investigation. Now, they say that IPD requires 6-year retention for other kinds of incident reports. So they say they had records dating all the way back to 1991. Now, in December 11th, the city council okayed the purge. No mention of the impending law was made. Rather, it was the records in question were obsolete, occupy valuable space, and or no further use of the police department. That's a lie. Because you're not going to, no. You are covering something up. You're covering up sexual assaults. You're covering up the lying. You're covering up the shootings that you know of unarmed people. And I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, you're covering up the racism. And a black man, that's the mayor, is going along with this crap, named James Butts. He should be in the first one that want those records out there. Because you put those records out there, you know what it says? It says that your police department is good people. They're not like the other ones because the public seeing what they're writing down and what's going on is a good check and balance, right? Now, I know all these police unions going to cry holy hell about that law. I know that. And they'll cry holy hell about that law because they can't get away with their dirt. You see, as long as nobody and the public don't know the dirt you're doing, you can keep doing it. But you have these, people who are psychotic, who are cops. You have the sexual deviants that are cops, and they want to make sure to keep that covered up. No, all that stuff needs to be exposed. It needs to be put out there. It's just that simple. And shame on James Butts, the mayor, and the city council of Inglewood, California, to want to get rid of files that the public should be seeing. Now, residents of Inglewood, California, you need to be at the next city council meeting going off about that and asking, what are you trying to cover up and don't want the citizens of this city to know what this police department got going on? The citizens have a right to know, and the state passing a law to make sure the citizens have a right to know. You shouldn't be covering nothing up. If you're covering something up, that means you have a corrupt police department, rogue cops, and they all need to be exposed and getting rid of. Period. Because you wouldn't be trying to get rid of records before a law comes into effect in the next few days if you didn't have no dirt going on. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this particular story. It's always a black man trying to sell out his own people. See, he's just so sick to me.